In this video, we're going to go over what it looks like when you have an incoming call. So you heard that beep. That is an incoming call. I always recommend that you expand your phone options by clicking the expand button here. And now you're able to see all of those call control buttons we went over previously. If I wanted to put this patient on hold, I would click on the hold button, which would then show up in red, and a pause shows up on my phone over here. To take them off hold, I would click the button again. If I needed to mute the caller, I would click on the mute button. My mute button would show up in red, and a mute button would show up over here. When I'm all done with the call, our expectation is that you are giving the patients a chance to hang up on their own. If they are not hanging up on their own, then you would click the end call button. Once you click the end call button, the caller information is still going to show here because it's waiting for you to choose a wrap-up code. Wrap-up code is the new after call work. Wrap-up codes are department specific and have been chosen by your manager based on your line's specific requests for after call work in the past. When choosing a wrap-up code, you want to finish all of the work related to the call before choosing the wrap-up code and going back on queue or making another call. As an example, in the past, if you were doing something like a complex booking, you would change your status to go into after call work, you would finish the booking, and then you would change your status back to on queue or available to make another call. Now with Genesys Cloud, you will not change your status. You will finish all of the work related to the call, then you will come back here to Genesys Cloud and choose the wrap-up code of complex booking to go back on queue and also to let your manager know what you needed that extra time for. If you have finished your call and no extra time is needed, you will simply choose to go back on queue. Wrap-up time is screen recorded, so work will be monitored, and you will not receive a new call from the queue until you have chosen a wrap-up code. Some examples of wrap-up codes include go back on queue, complex messaging, complex booking, multiple messages, multiple booking, and specific to the Women's Health line, induction. This is a great time for me to point out to any of you who used to sign into a screen recorder, you no longer need to sign into a screen recorder with Genesys Cloud. Your call is automatically recorded from the second you start the call until the call has ended and you have chosen a wrap-up code. Simply picking a wrap-up code is not enough. You also need to click Done. If you are working just outbound calls, you are still required to choose a wrap-up code. In the event that there is nothing else for you to do on the call, you would choose go back on queue. If you are not on queue to begin with, this will not put you on queue. It's simply your way of saying, I'm done with the call and I'm ready to take another one. Once you click Done, your call information goes away and you are ready to make an outbound call.